Good evening, everyone. So, welcome to Career Launcher. My name is Naveen, and today we'll be looking at the arithmetic revision, and this is part one of the series for MHCET exam. So, today we will start with the basics of percentages. We will see how to apply, concepts or how to apply shortcuts when it comes to arithmetic-based questions. So, the important part is if you have a question where everything is in terms of percentage or ratios or fractions, you can start with any value of your own choice. You can start with a variable, you can start with a number, you can start with the LCM of the values. Okay. And even if everything is not in terms of fractions or ratios or percentages, but instead of everything, if we have the start value or the end value, then also you can assume any value and solve. Okay. So what I intend to say is something that we will discuss while we will be solving the question. Okay. So this is one thing. Second thing is you should be good with, the percentage to fraction conversion. Very important. Okay. So let's say if you come across 44.44%, you should be very good with, saying that this is 4/9. You should be quick with that. And if somebody says 44.44 percentage more, this is nothing but 1 plus 4/9, which is 13/9. And if the question says 44.44 percentage less, this is 1 minus 4/9, which is going to give us 5/9. So we have to be very careful while we read the questions, because if the word more or less or any of their synonyms are present, we accordingly work. We accordingly write down the multiplying factors or the fractions here. Okay, these two are very important parts, how to start with arithmetic questions. Also, before reading the questions, please glance through the options. पहले option देखो फिर question पढ़ो, because once you look at the questions, it gives you a very good idea what kind of numbers to expect. Do we need point values? Do we need 000 wale values? Do we need some simple 2-digit numbers? Because the options give us a very fair idea as to how we should start. Should we do brute force? Should we assume values? Should we use variables and write equations? Okay. So let's see. Let's look at questions one by one. So one spends 23% of an amount of money on an insurance policy, 33% on food, 19% of children's education, and 16% on recreation. He deposits the remaining amount of rupees 540 in bank. How much total amount did he spend on food and insurance policy together? So you can see that this is the end value. So I can assume the money to be anything. Okay. So I'm going to consider the money to be, let's say, 1,000. Okay. So 23% goes in his insurance policy, 33% goes on food, 19% it goes on the children's education, 16% goes on recreation. So basically, if we add all of this, so 23 plus 33 is 56. 56 plus 16 is 72. 72 plus 19 is 91. So 91% is over here. That means the remaining 9% is what we will have. Right? So remaining 9% is given as 540. So if we look at the number 9 and 54, it's basically 60 times. So everything now will become 60 times, right? Question asked is how much amount did he spend on food and insurance together? So food and insurance together, this is 56%. So basically we are saying 56 ka 60 times ka. 56 into 60 will end in a 0. 6 into 6 will end in a 6. So we need an option that ends in 60. Total amount did he spend on food and insurance together, right? Uh, did I make any calculation mistake? 56, 62, 72, 81, 91. So 9% is left. So we need 56 into 60. Looks like there is a silly mistake here. So it should be basically 3360, 3260. Okay? Because 56 into 60 is 3360. So option may put there. But I hope you understood how we proceed. Should we write down the equations? Of course, no. That's very much time consuming. Is there any other way to solve this? Yes. If you look at insurance policy and food, they total amount to 56%. Now, 56% is nothing but a number which is a multiple of 7. So we need an option which is going to be a multiple of 7. Well, the only option which is a multiple of 7, it's 3360. Done. इतना भी कर लेते तो चल जाता. Another question. So the number of students in school A is 75% of the number of students in school B. The number of girls in school A is 87.5% of the number of girls in school B. In school A, if girls forms 35% of the total number of students, then what percent of the total students in school B are boys? So basically we have got school A and we have got school B, and then we have got girls and then we have got boys, right? The number of students in school A is 75% of the number of the students in school B. So 3 by 4. So basically school A में 3 है, school B में 4 है. So I'll take the number of students in school B to be 400 and that in school A to be 300 total students. Now, in school A, girls forms 35% of the total number of students. So 35% of 300, that is going to be 105. That means 195, there are going to be boys, right? Now, if you look at 195, it's a multiple of 3. So C and D cannot be our answer. Acha, nahi, we have to figure out for B, not A. Chalo, dekhte. The number of girls in school A is 87.5%. Now, how much is 87.5%? This is 7 by 8. So school A 7 and school B 8. But we do not have 7 here. We have 105. So this is 15 times. So this is also going to be 15 times. So school A में girls is 15 into 7, which is 105. So school B में girls would be 15 into 8, which is 120. So if this is 120, the leftover is 280. Now the question asked is, what percent of total students in school B are boys? So basically this is like saying 70 out of 100. If I cancel out 4 throughout, this is nothing but literally 70%. So D becomes our answer. Right? No variables, no equations. The representation of the question is very important. It gives us the proper way to approach it. Okay. Next question on averages. The average age of a group of 5 persons is 42 years. 2 of them who were 6 years and 12 years older than the average age left the group. 3 new persons joined the group. The average of these 3 persons is 12 years more than the initial average age of the group. What will be the new average age in years of the group? So there are basically 5 people. Everybody was 42 years old. 2 of them who were 6 years and 12 years older than the average age. So these 2 people, they were 42 years old, but they were 6 and 12, that is 18 years more That means these three people will reduce by 18, as in the sum of the ages of these three people will be reduced by 18. Now, these people they leave, and we have got three new people who join them. The average age of these three persons is 12 years more than the initial average age of the group. That means 42 plus 12, 56 years के हर कोई है. So what will be the new average age of the group? So instead of 56, if I basically write 42 plus 12, 42 plus 12, and 42 plus 12, what we will see is everybody is 42 years old, but then we have this much of extra in excess, which if we add, it's going to be 18. 18 years we have in excess, 36 minus 18. That 18 years, these 18 years will be equally divided among all these six people. So if 18 years is equally divided among all the six people, each one will get additional 3 years. Since everybody's age looks to be 45, that becomes the new average age of the group. So B option becomes our answer. Right? Okay. Next question. Mohan distributed his total assets to his wife, 3 sons, 2 daughters, and 5 grandchildren in such a way that each grandchild got 1/8 of each son or 1/10 of each daughter. His wife got 40% of the total share with his sons. Now, there are 3 sons, so I will be writing down 3s. Right? And daughters together. Since there are 2 daughters, so we will be writing 3s plus 2d. Because wife I'm representing as W, sons as S, daughters as D, and grandchildren as GC. Now, if each daughter received asset of worth 1.25 lakh, so this becomes 1.25 into 2, 2.5 lakhs. So if daughter is 1.25 lakh, each grandchild is going to receive 1,25,000 divided by 10, which is going to be 12,500. So son is going to get 8 times of 12,500, which is going to be 1 lakh. So if a son gets 1 lakh, so 3s will become 3 lakh. Excuse me. So wife will get 40% of 5.5 lakh. Now, 10% of 5.5 lakh is 50,000. So 40% is going to be 2.2 lakh. So wife gets 2.2 lakh. And 3 grandchildren, each grandchild gets 12,500. So 3 grandchildren will get 3 times of 12,500, which is nothing but 37,500. So if we add them, it's going to be 2,57,500. Option B. Right? Next. The amount rupees 33,000 is divided into 2 parts such that the simple interest received on the 3 parts invested for 1, 2, and 3 years respectively is the same. So basically, if the first part is P1 and 6% per annum is the rate of interest, and it was invested for 1 year, this is going to be the same interest, which in second part at 6% for 2 years, it's going to give us, and third principal 6%, 3 years. So from here, we will see that 6% anyways cancels out. So we will get P1 is equal to 2, P2 is equal to P3. Now, we can calculate the ratio of P1, P2, P3 pretty quick. Sorry. So P1 is going to be product of the other 2 coefficients. P2 is going to be the product of the other 2 coefficients. P3 is going to be product of the other 2 coefficients, which is basically 6:3:2. So if we see total, this is 11, right? But we are told that it's 33,000 basically. So 11 into how much is 33,000? It's 3,000 times. So if this is 3,000 times, everything is going to be 3,000 times. Question asked is, which of the following is the smallest part? Smallest part ka bhi 3,000 kar lo. 2 into 3,000 will result in 6,000. Again, no variable, no equation, just assuming the values the way they are, and then using a very simple approach of finding ratios of values if they have coefficients and they're equated, right? So वो 6% का कोई काम था नहीं. Okay, next. The ratio between the speed of truck, car and train is 3:8:9. The car moved uniformly and covered a distance of 1040 kilometers in 3 hours. What is the average speed of the truck and the train together? So what is the speed of the car as per the data given? It's going to be 1040 divided by 13. So this is going to be 80. So if the speed of the car is 80, that means speed of the train will be 90 and speed of the truck will be 30. So the average speed of the truck and the train together, which is average of 30 and 90, it's going to result in 60. Right? Pretty easy question. Just it was little, I'd say the question tried to trick, but it couldn't because the speed of car is directly given. So we will have to use it to go back to the ratios and figure out the speed of truck as well as train and then calculate the average. Okay. Be very careful what the question is asking. By mistake, if somebody is going to include car as well, so this answer will change from 60 to 66, right? So I hope you guys are writing mocks of MHCET and you guys have started the preparation. In case if you haven't, please check out our channel, our YT channel. Therein you will find the playlist for all the exams from this year and the previous year. If you have any doubt, feel free to ask me a question. And if you can't recall a question right now, what you can do is you can comment below. Okay, I'll get back to you with the answer. Thank you, everyone. Thank you for joining. Please subscribe to the channel if you haven't and like the video. Take care. I'll see you again very soon with another session on MHCET.